Good morning, y'all. It's quite early. So we're going to wait for a few people to get in. Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Cindy. So I got some great stuff here. Now that they found Serenity McKinney, she was recovered. I put found on the photo because just the idea of using the word recovered just doesn't make me feel good. Her life mattered, and I'm just upset that her mom and her mom's boyfriend didn't think that she was as special as she was. It's very upsetting, very disheartening for me. But anyways, welcome to the coffee club, folks. If you haven't had your opportunity to get your cup of joe, please go do it now. Very good. I still have not gone to the store to get my Dunkin' Donuts coffee for my coffee pot. So I have dusted off the old Keurig. It's sounding rough, but it works. It works. And I've got plenty of pods for my cup of coffee this morning. So again, for those folks that are just joining, this here is a good way to sponsor this channel. It's the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club mug. It is on our Coffee Club merchandise store. I will get that information out to you shortly, but this is by far one of the best top selling items in the store is this coffee mug right here. Very good, and if you like other things or you want something else, you want something with a lid, we also have some stainless steel tumblers on there. One small, small about this size, which, they call it a wine tumbler, and another 20 ounce if you are like me and drink a mess of coffee and you just want something to keep it warm. So while I'm here at the house, this is what I use. Good morning, everybody. So happy you guys are here so early in the morning. Do you guys remember when we got started at like 5 o'clock in the morning? That's when we started the show. And I had a lot more people from around the world when I did that, which was really nice. It truly was very nice. So we're just happy that everybody is here. And we're still building the channel. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait just for a little bit longer, and I'm going to play a video that I prepared last night. Oh, thank you, Mike. That's okay, Mike. We still love you. Iced coffee, microwave coffee. It's funny because if you're just joining, it's funny because I have that a thermos type of coffee pot. So the thermos coffee pot, it keeps the stuff warm forever. So I make a pot of coffee. Like when I do make a pot of coffee, it very rarely doesn't get drank, the whole entire pot. But occasionally I'll make a pot and in the evening, and I'll only have like 1 or 2 cups of coffee, and the rest of it stays overnight. Well, in the morning, sometimes you get it nice and warm. Sometimes it's lukewarm. So I throw my coffee into the microwave. I am guilty of that myself. So good morning, everyone. Good morning. At any rate, as many of you know, we're just talking about it. It is a horrible and sad reality for many that are waking up this morning to find poor little Serenity McKinney was recovered yesterday. She obviously did not make it. Her mother and her mother's boyfriend, Dakota Hill, have been charged with her murder. And it is sad. We've been covering a lot of these cases. It's been very heartbreaking for me. It's been heartbreaking for you all as well, right? We really have hope for these children, even though in the back of our minds, we kind of know that it's not going to turn out well. But, we still never want to give up hope for these little kids, these babies. And it's just hard. So it's like, If you guys all know me, I like to know why. I really do. I like to know why. Why is this happening? What are the statistics on these parents? What is going on in this country? This is not, but it's not unique to this country now, is it? It's worldwide. I mean, this is not a new thing. So, but I wanted to dig a little deeper. I just didn't want to be on the surface and complain, that these children are, dying at the hands of their parents, which to me is sick. What I thought was sick back in the day is when kids were killing their parents. You guys remember all that? I mean, that still hasn't stopped, but you very rarely heard of parents killing their children. And I did some research last night, folks. It's kind of gross. It really is. So I'm going to back out of here and I'm going to play a video for you that I prepared. It's a little shocking. I will be playing it later in the segment as well. So I just want to, it does, Mike. This is not unique to the United States. I mean, probably it's more, I mean, it seems to me like everything's more common in the United States. Like we just got some wackos here, like serious wackos. I feel like the government puts something in our water and says, okay, we're going to say this person's going to be crazy. This person's going to be crazy. This person's going to be crazy. It's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyways, I agree with you, Mike. I wonder if this happens in other countries, but I know it does. It's just either not widely talked about or it doesn't happen as regularly. I mean, I agree, Cindy. I agree. I absolutely agree. So it's bad in the UK too. So there you go. So it's not unique to the United States of what's going on here. It really isn't. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back out of here. And I'm going to play a video. Let me go ahead and gear up the video. I have it. I was going to play it coming into the show, but I have decided not to. I'm going to go ahead and just play it. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I wonder what this video file is all about. Let's see if I can just play it.
Tom, it's just a tough subject. A recent study by Brown University showed that nearly 450 children are killed each year by their parents.
My daughters were picked up on a Friday by their father to spend the weekend, and that night he pumped carbon monoxide into their bedroom and slit their throats.
Justice have begun for two children killed by their mother in Pickens County.
9-year-old Hayden King was laid to rest today. Hayden's 4-year-old sister Harper will have a celebration of life service tomorrow morning.
Here's a story that's breaking at 6 o'clock. It's all centered around the three people you see on your screen. The key pieces in a Middletown murder case.
On the left is James Hutchinson. Police say the 6-year-old was killed allegedly by his own mother.
East Los Angeles mother was charged today with killing her 3 young children. The youngest was less than 2 months old.
At 6 with breaking news.
Good evening to you, friends. Greg Merriweather along with Elizabeth Vow. Our top story today, that precious little 2-year-old right now. 2 people are facing charges accused of murdering little Nevaeh Allen. Investigators found the 2-year-old dead in Mississippi after several days of searching.
One of those blamed in her death, the girl's mother, Lanaya Cardwell.
So there's the video. I will be playing it further in this segment, but I did want you to see that, this is 450 children a year die at the hands of their parents. This is not uncommon. The numbers every year go up. So there was a 5-year-old boy just found that was driven to Ohio from Indiana and abandoned. It's just sad. It's just sad. So, and just, I don't know why these people have kids. I really don't. When you have a child, just give the child up for adoption. It's got to be better than what's going on. I'm sorry, Anissa, I forgot to call you and tell you I'm going. Sorry, Anissa. Thank you. Thank you for being here, girlfriend. But I did set my alarm clock because of you. Yeah, Cindy, it's very sad. It's very sad. He was found by a kind bystander. Well, we watched that. I was watching a video. Where's my phone? But I didn't download it. But let me see. Hold on. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that, guys. There was some stuff that was sent to me yesterday, and it's all on YouTube. So, there was a article that came out, a video that came out rather, and it was of a mother that dumped her child into a garbage can. The mom was an 18-year-old teenage child or woman, at the age of 18, you should know better, and had their child in the bathroom. And this is kind of, this is the whole children having kids, whatever. Put him in a bag and threw him in the dumpster. And there was 3 dumpster divers, looking for, treasures in the dumpster, right? I mean, there are some good things out there. I used to dumpster dive back once upon a time when I was 18, trying to, find some neat, cool, eclectic things for my apartment, right? It happens. Anyways, they stumble across this bag. They thought it was a cat. They thought it was a little kitten. Come to find out, it's a baby. It's a baby. And this little girl, the 18-year-old girl that threw this child in. Oh, good morning, Emma. Good morning. Yes, it's much later there. It's a little earlier here. Good morning. Yeah, she threw the baby in the dumpster. And these dumpster divers, that were looking for stuff in the dumpsters that could be probably sold or scrapped out, it's a business. They've come across this baby, and the first thing, thank God there was a woman, with them, and she just snatches this baby up, still has the umbilical cord attached to it and everything, and just starts kissing it and holding it and comforting it. The baby had been there for hours. I was surprised this child was still alive. And it's horrible. And you know what? I didn't even realize that they had a name for this, right? They actually have a name for, I do have to share my screen. Let me share my screen. Filicide. There it is. That is the name when a parent kills their children. So I figured, what the heck? Let me go ahead and read what Wikipedia says. Like, we all trust Wikipedia at some point in our lives, right? We all go up there to look at this, look at that. I mean, they do have great information, right? It's a free encyclopedia. Okay, Wikipedia. For animals, see infanticide. I would think infanticide would be for humans, right? No, it's not. It's for animals. So filicide is the deliberate act for humans, for parents killing their child. So it's the deliberate act of parents killing their own child. The word filicide is derived from the Latin word filius and filia, son and daughter. The suffix side means kill, murder, or cause death. So the words can refer to both the crime and the perpetrator of the crime. So filicide, okay? So statistics. going to read this for everybody to see. So we're going to look at the statistics. This is this area right here, okay? Statistics. In 1999, U.S. Department of Justice study concluded that mothers were responsible for a higher share of children killed during infancy between 1976 and 1997 in the United States, while fathers were more likely to have been responsible for the murder of their children aged 8 and older. Parents were responsible for 61% of the child murders under the age of 5. Let me repeat that again. Parents were responsible for 61% of child murders under the age of 5. So we have what? 3 cases we were covering, right? Summer Wells, Harmony Montgomery, and Serenity McKinney. Serenity McKinney was just recovered yesterday. So let's keep going. Sometimes there's a combination of murder and suicide in filicide cases. On average, according to FBI statistics, 450 children were murdered by their parents each year in the United States. In an in-depth longitudinal study of 297 cases convicted of filicide and 45 of filicide suicide in the United Kingdom. Karen, this is your neck of the woods. Emma, this is your neck of the woods. Between 1997 and 2006 showed that 37% of the perpetrators had a recorded mental illness at the time. The most common diagnoses were mood disorders and personality disorders rather than psychosis. But the latter accounted for 15% of the cases. However, similar to finding in a large Danish study, the majority had not had contact with mental health prior to the murders, and few had received treatment. Female perpetrators were more likely to have given birth as teenagers. Fathers were more likely to have been convicted of violent offenses and have history of substance misuse, and were more likely to kill multiple victims. Infants were more likely to be victims than older children, and linked to postpartum depression was suggested. So here's some great information. I really recommend that each of you guys, the numbers are alarming, Bridget. The numbers are disturbing and alarming. There's also, family abduction. We're bringing this up, at least I'm bringing this up today about this family abduction because just in the last few days, a child was here. Let me look it up. I'll get it up here in just a second. Let me pull it back here. A child was just found under the stairs. She was a 6-year-old girl. 6-year-old found under stairs. It's recent news. Here we go. So a 6-year-old found hidden under stairs. They were like secret stairs, right? A 6-year-old girl who has been missing since 2019 was found being hidden under a staircase for at least 4 hours in a home in upstate New York on Monday after a detective shined a flashlight in the cracks of the stairs and police searched the home, according to the local police chief. Paisley Schultes. Paisley Schultes and her biological mother, Kimberly Cooper, 33, were found together at the home of Kurt Schultes, which is 57, the girl's parental grandfather. So there was a custody. The child was in the had a different legal guardian. The 2 biological parents wanted that child back and had kidnapped the child, even though they did not have rights to that child. Being parents don't give you the rights to your child, right? So at any rate, they did find her. They had built this hideaway staircase. They couldn't understand why the child didn't make a sound and why, the mother was found with that child. Just to let you know, the mother was found with that child. Let me show you. There it is. That's where that child was at, in the stairwell, under the stairs. And so law enforcement was curious as to, what those parents had told that child about law enforcement. At the end of the day, I watched the, the article and watched the video on it. And the detective that took the child, as this child was driving down the road, she said, "Oh, is that a McDonald's? Is that a McDonald's? I remember I liked McDonald's. It's been a really long time since I've had it." There's the little girl right there. Let's just tap to unmute.
Her father and grandfather have now all been charged in connection with the abduction.
Police believe that Paisley may have been hiding in that small space for as long as 4 hours before she was discovered on Monday. We've also learned that the mother, father, and grandfather have all been ordered by a court to stay away from the 6-year-old girl. We've reached out to all three, but have not heard back. Hoda?
Yeah, just thank God for that detective.
So at the end of the day, the detective turned the car around, went to the McDonald's, and got the 6-year-old McDonald's. So it was, let's just watch this.
This morning, 6-year-old Paisley Schultes is out of harm's way. Police announcing they found the missing girl hidden under this staircase in an upstate New York home.
I had no idea. No clue. I've never seen a child out there.
Paisley was last seen back in 2019 near New York's Finger Lakes, at the time just 4 years old. Police believed she was kidnapped by her biological parents soon after they lost custody of her. Then Monday, police say a new tip was good enough for a warrant to search her grandfather Saugerty's home. Police say they'd previously been welcomed inside the house with limited access.
So again, this is another custody issue. But, obviously the courts took that child away from the parents. And again, God knows what she went through. Clearly, she was not saying anything. You don't know if those parents, threatened her not to say anything. But, that's not, obviously the filicide. But, this is why I'm bringing awareness. Parents do despicable things to their children. And these parents didn't lose custody of their child because of nothing. They lost custody of their child because of something. I haven't reviewed the case to find out why they originally lost custody to begin with, but they did. They did. So, there is that that abduction aspect, to children. The parents are stealing these children. And a lot of times it comes down to custody. When parents are divorcing or separating, one parent will snatch the child and leave with that child, right? Well, this is totally different. This particular case just came out where this child was, basically stuffed in under a stairwell, a makeshift place for her. I don't know how they did it, but they put her under there. And they showed you, they made it nice and comfortable for her. Whatever. Good. Good. And the crazy thing is that's not going to stop these parents, and I think it really does. And if you hear it has to do with violence in the home. Now add drugs to the mix. These people are unstable and they should not be having children. If you cannot care for your child, put your child up for adoption. There's so many resources out there, so you don't have to throw your kid in a dumpster or murder them. That 18-year-old that threw her child in the dumpster after having the baby at the home still had the umbilical cord attached to it. She's facing, attempted murder charges and child endangerment and abuse and a litany of other charges right now. CPS is not perfect. No, they're not. I agree with that, Liz. I absolutely agree with that. And I also denounce people utilizing the CPS system for revenge. I absolutely denounce it. You call CPS when they're really, and actually, I don't even think you should be calling CPS. If you truly believe there's a criminal act going on, you should be calling the sheriff's department or the police department. People know my stance on it. I think I think criminal investigation needs to be done by law enforcement, and the referral needs to be handed over to CPS by law enforcement, not the other way around. Yes. Or a fire station. They have those safe houses now. You can take it to you can take a baby to a fire station and not be charged with a crime if you turn over your newborn. There's a lot of things that they do. They don't even ask who you are. They don't ask. You can go there and hand your child over. If you don't want to, you can have somebody else do it for you. This idea that you wrap the baby in a garbage bag and pitch them out like garbage is despicable. For those that are just tuning in, I'm going to be playing this little clip throughout this segment. The people that are tuning in that have already watched it, I'm sure you won't mind, but I want to make sure that everybody that comes and attends this segment and attends this channel today hears this message. I am sick and tired of these sympathizers for these parents when the statistics on parents killing their own children is so alarming. 450 children die every year at the hands of the parents. And remember, those are the only ones that we know. Serenity McKinney and Harmony Montgomery being lost in the system are not the only two lost in the system. I don't even want to know how many children are dead right now that CPS doesn't even know about because they lost track. If anybody on here knows of a parent that's lost custody of their children or, hasn't spoken to their young child in a really long time and doesn't know where they're at, it's time to start looking. Start letting them know. They need to find, especially if the parents are have drug issues or violent issues. We need to start bringing awareness to this. We need to find these children. We need to find all of them. We need to expose these parents that have hidden their children in woods and are collecting, it's too much. It's too much.
Tom, it's just a tough subject. A recent study by Brown University showed that nearly 450 children are killed each year by their parents.
My daughters were picked up on a Friday by their father to spend the weekend, and that night he pumped carbon monoxide into their bedroom and slit their throats.
Justice have begun for two children killed by their mother in Pickens County.
9-year-old Hayden King was laid to rest today. Hayden's 4-year-old sister Harper will have a celebration of life service tomorrow morning.
Here's a story that's breaking at 6 o'clock. It's all centered around the three people you see on your screen. The key pieces in a Middletown murder case.
On the left is James Hutchinson. Police say the 6-year-old was killed allegedly by his own mother.
East Los Angeles mother was charged today with killing her 3 young children. The youngest was less than 2 months old.
At 6 with breaking news.
Good evening to you, friends. Greg Merriweather along with Elizabeth Val. Our top story today, that precious little 2-year-old right now. 2 people are facing charges accused of murdering little Nevaeh Allen. Investigators found the 2-year-old dead in Mississippi after several days of searching.
One of those blamed in her death, the girl's mother, Lanaya Cardwell.
I keep doing that. So we are going to be honoring Serenity McKinney today. We're going to pray for her friends and the family that loved her and that are waking up to a hard, cold, miserable, painful reality this morning. We've been showing, let's see if I can put their faces up here. The 3, I already removed it. The 3 beautiful babies that we've been discussing and covering on the show, which has been Harmony Montgomery, Summer Wells, and Serenity McKinney. Serenity McKinney, again, has been recovered as of yesterday. It started spreading through social media like wildfire. And, we're still hopeful, but have that gut-wrenching feeling that we're going to find the same to be true for Harmony Montgomery and Summer Wells. And it is no doubt in my mind that the parents of these 3 cases from the beginning were responsible. The reality is now true for Serenity McKinney. And what is so frustrating for me is we have sympathizers for these parents about how they're innocent until proven guilty. Not here. That's for the court system. If everybody was innocent until proven guilty, we wouldn't need law enforcement. We wouldn't need to be arresting these people before they went to court. They are innocent until proven guilty, i.e., they are given the benefit of the doubt in court. The prosecution has to prove their case in court. In court. Some people say, oh, girl, go look, pull my name up. All those people that are attacking me right now are sympathizers for the Wells. They didn't like me speaking out against the Wells. They didn't like the information that I found out when I went to Rogersville, Tennessee. They are sympathizers. If I would have went to the McKinney residence and protested, which they didn't really have a residence, they were living in their car. But if I would have found them and protested where they were, the whole world, well, I shouldn't say the whole world. There's a lot of people here that support the work that I do. But there's a whole faction of people out there because they don't agree, one, with the work that I do. They don't like the protesting. They don't like your First Amendment right to freedom of speech, lawful freedom of speech. Okay? Lawful freedom of speech. What I do is I go out, I coordinate with law enforcement, and I protest in some cases, right? But I have a litany of people that breathe down my neck because they don't like that. They want to say all these people are innocent until proven guilty. If I would have went to these parents to Dakota Hill's job and protested demanded they tell me where Serenity is or start cooperating with law enforcement, I would have people in here blowing my channel up right now, telling me how much of a despicable person I am for doing this and doing that because I found out information that leads back to the parents. And here we go. Now we need to work on Harmony's case and Summer Wells' case. Those are despicable parents. Thank God Harmony's parents are the people that are responsible for her disappearance are behind bars. But TBI is sitting on their hands in Tennessee, failing to charge Candace and Don with child abuse, child neglect, and child endangerment charges. They have enough evidence for those charges. They have enough evidence for contributing to the delinquency of a minor, for Candace constantly giving Hunter alcohol. The day at the watering hole was not the first incident. Law enforcement has that information. Yet Candace is still sitting on top of that freaking mountain. God knows what she's doing now that her husband is behind bars. Good. Thank you, Bridget. If you guys like this channel, please like, share, and subscribe. We try to keep it drama-free. We try to have, with all the bad that goes on in this world and that we cover here on the Coffee Club, we do try to leave it light. We do try to have a little fun in between the breaks. And we definitely try to keep this channel as drama-free as humanly possible. There are people that live to take the message away from the victims and make it about themselves. We work and strive very hard so that doesn't happen. We try to stay focused and try to keep the drama out. And how do we do that? One, we do not talk about other YouTubers. I don't even want to call them creators because in most cases, they are not creators. So we're not going to be discussing YouTubers here. We're not going to be discussing personal issues here and personal questions to me. So, we will see what is going on. Again, not discussing other YouTubers in this channel. So for the folks that are just joining, we are making this segment about the horrible things that parents do to their children. It is despicable. A lot of people have already read. If you guys have not seen the beginning of this segment, we discuss what filicide is. Here, we went over the Wikipedia definition. Wikipedia is a free encyclopedia that's online. If you've never used it before, which I doubt anybody that's online has never used Wikipedia. I mean, even before I knew what Wikipedia was, I was using Wikipedia, right? So, good morning, Robin. Did I see Robin coming in? Did I see Robin? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Robin. Good morning, everyone, right? Good morning, everyone. So, parents that have not only just, murder their children, there is a whole faction of parents that don't like the custody disputes and kidnap their children and take their children off. We've had, there's a lot of children that have not been recovered yet. They're still alive, and moms and dads are missing them that had custody of their children, and the other spouse that lost the custody of the children have stolen them. So we're going to go over just a few of those cases as well this morning because the alarming statistics, and I will play the video again later in the segment. We've already played it twice. We're only 40 minutes in, so I'll probably wait another 20 or 30 more minutes and then play the video that I have created last night. Again, I also posted it on YouTube. That will be coming live on YouTube for the world to see here in a little bit. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and play some. You're going to have, and I apologize in advance, there are every single news organization that posts on YouTube adds advertisements to their videos. So we are going to have to listen to some advertisements as we get into this, and we will move forward with that. So let me just go here and we'll get started. Okay. So just bear with me.
Fred, we've got some great ideas for improved efficiency throughout the company.
Cool, just throw it in the suggestion box.
That's a paper shredder.
Well, I got a great feeling about that one, Todd.
So I'll mute this until the ad is, almost over. We're going to be getting back to it in just a second, so just bear with me.
Come join us. Get on.
Definitely not what I oh, here it is. Yeah, definitely not what Hey, Patricia's. Hey, Patricia. Sorry, I'm trying to get back in. I just accidentally clicked out of my studio. You're blocked. Oh, geez. Hold on a second. Let me get. Hold on a second. Yeah. Give me just a second. Let me figure out what the heck's going on here. Sorry, guys. I don't know. Hold on a second. I got to call you back. I don't know what's going on here. My everything's missing. That was insane. Talk about technical issues. Holy crap. I can't figure out what in the world happened here. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. It was insane. It was insane. So we are back. I don't know how to get that off. I don't know what I hit, but it was just, I had to shut the whole computer down and put it back up, but I was trying to find something and turn that off, and I swiped everything off the screen and couldn't get it back on the screen. And it's like, then I went to log back in and I realized I was still live, but I couldn't find the screen. I tell you, computers, I do some crazy things to computers. So hold on. I've got one small issue here with a friend that is blocked. Let me go to my history. There she is. So give me just a second. I got to call her and figure out how to unblock her. So give me just Sorry, guys. I'll be right back with you. Let's see if I can send that to you. Yeah, you're going to have to send me the link. I'll have to send you the instructions on the link. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can really do. And then you're going to have to send me that link and I can check it from there. Yeah. Yeah, that's odd. So I'm wondering if maybe you're hidden somehow. Okay, well, let me get back to my live and we'll get it figured out. I'll call you as soon as I'm done. Uh-huh. You're welcome. All right, honey. I appreciate it. All right, let me get back to my live, hon. Bye. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Somebody has been, I don't know how they got blocked on my channel, but they did. That's why I pulled so many wrenches back. That was the person that made me these beautiful things. I still got to get, and I just got a beautiful postcard in the mail from her as well. Just a lovely, lovely woman. I got to tell you, you know what? The supporters that we have are by far some of the best, that you guys are all so very nice and just sweet people. And we are so very blessed. So let me just get back here. We're going to go through some things. I like Twitter. This is not, an advertisement for Twitter, I got to say, but I do like Twitter when it comes to, getting information out. It seems like Twitter has, their hand on the pulse when it comes to instant information. For example, nobody heard about Serenity McKinney. Very limited people heard about Serenity McKinney being recovered yesterday. I was notified by our dear friend and moderator in here, Ronnie, that they had recovered her. I went straight to Twitter. I did a Google search. Nothing showed up on Google, right? Nothing. No ads, no articles, nothing. Nothing showed up on Google. So I went over to Twitter and typed in Serenity McKinney, and boom, all these things just started popping up that had just been released literally within 5 minutes or less, that they did, in fact, that the news is coming out that they did, in fact, find the child. They did recover her. And have since charged the boyfriend and the mother with her murder. And so, that's kind of my go-to place for information. For those that know me, know that is like my go-to place for information. What's going on here? Hold on, let's go back and see what June has to say. Oh my God, June. Is he okay? Holy moly. Are you okay? That is heartbreaking. Drugs. Couldn't prove anything. It's called eyewitness. What is wrong with these law enforcement? You know what? Go down to the police report. I'm telling you, get the sergeant on the phone, get the chief on the phone, tell them the situation. I hope you got their badge numbers and their names. Seriously. File a complaint at they will have to figure it out. If they're new, then they need to be properly trained. Plain and simple, June. Don't give up. Don't give up. Go down there and raise holy hell. At the police station, talk to their sergeant, talk to the chief, talk to the lieutenant, file a complaint against them. There are things that can be done that will help you. Just don't be scared to do them. Your son was just assaulted and robbed. I'm sorry. That It's time for you to go down to the sheriff's department or police department, wherever you are, and talk to the chief, the lieutenant, somebody in charge. Somebody in charge. And as a matter of fact, when that happened and they were giving you that garbage, you should have demanded a sergeant or a lieutenant or the chief to be present, to come down there. And this is just for everybody that just saw that, for your future information. You do not have to take those, deputies or police officers, word for everything. You get the sergeant, you go up the chain. It's just like anything else. If you don't like what you're hearing from the lower people, you move up the chain to the higher people. And if you demanded that a sergeant be present at the scene when you're dealing with that, they would have to show up. Even if it takes a half an hour, 45 minutes, you demand somebody with authority to come there, because they have to listen to their sergeant, right? They have to listen to them. So anyways, just go up. So, yep. Andrew's right. Ask for the chief. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll tell you, when we did the protest at TBI, I was talking to the front clerk and I'm like, no, I need the chief. I need the chief of police for Knoxville, the city of Knoxville. And so I actually spoke to the chief of police for Knoxville and told him what we had planned to do and let him know that, we just didn't want any problems with them. And I'm not doing this whole, we need a permit for a protest. I don't do permits for protest. It's under the Constitution, the First Amendment of the Constitution, to peacefully protest and assemble. But I'm giving them a courtesy call to let them know what our plans are. But I don't do, permits. I won't do permits. I think that's crazy. And I let people know that, I don't do permits. I don't know what else to say. I won't do them. I'll give you a professional courtesy, but it's my right to do it. So, and I got to say that they respect us for giving them a heads up. It keeps us safe and it keeps them safe. There's nothing better than that. Everybody gets to do what they need to do. Everybody has a great, enjoyable day. Everybody goes home safe to their families. It works. It works. Well, even if they to look at the cameras, that's why you have to go up the chain. But just make this a learning lesson. If anything, and for everybody out there, if anything like this happens to you or your family, and you get officers, there's nothing we can do. Oh, there's always something that you can do. Don't ever. It's just like anything else. You never, listen or expect them to have all of it. People make mistakes, even law enforcement. So you know what you do? You go up the chain right then and there. You don't wait a day. You don't wait 2 days. I mean, it's sad that what's going on, June, but just make this a learning process. If anything like this happens again, you stick to your convictions. You go up that food chain. You go up that food chain as quickly as possible. And you do not let those law enforcement officers leave until you are satisfied with the results. Just saying. Just horrible, 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 horrible. Yeah, she's older too, Karen. That sucks. That sucks. Sucks. I gotta tell you, what's crazy is my mom, she got vaccinated and she's had this horrible cough since. She won't admit that it's from the vaccination, but I really believe it is. I really believe it is. Olivia, no. The question is, have I ever been kicked? To be honest with you, no, because I coordinate with law enforcement. And the purpose of coordinating with law enforcement is they're the ones that enforce the permit or no permit, right? So when you coordinate with them and they know that you're coming, the purpose of the permit is to put people on notice anyways. It's not really because you're renting a space. It's so that it's knowledge, people have knowledge of the event that's going on. But if you let all the people that permit would notify that the event's going on, it has the same purpose. So no, I've never been kicked. Nobody really wants to step in there. That's why I do everything in person. Is because it is when you do stuff in person, it's under the Constitution. So peacefully right to assemble and protest is under the Constitution, but you have to be physically present to assemble, right? So that's why it requires presence in order to do protests. So it's very, I'm very sorry to hear about Queen Elizabeth. For many of you that are just tuning in, Queen Elizabeth has now tested positive for COVID-19. Hopefully she's doing well. Hopefully she was vaccinated. I'm pretty sure every place has been vaccinated, but who knows? I will not go into my medical history. So we'll just pray. We'll say a prayer for Queen Elizabeth and hope that she does very well. June, we love you. Yeah, we love you. We love everybody in here. And, you know, we're always here to help. Even if it's not about, you know, your son was a victim of crime, and it is very sad. It's despicable. And again, you know, the nuance of that is it always comes down to the drugs, right? People that are on drugs do despicable things, and they do despicable things to the most vulnerable people. And that is what is so horrible about the drug epidemic in this country and around the world. So a lot of these children have lost their lives because their parents are abusive because of their instability due to their drug use and alcohol use. You know, if those parents, I can tell you, were clean of drugs and alcohol, the events leading up to these cases would never have happened. And so that is in my opinion. And it's just sad. It's very, very, very sad. So we just try to use this platform to expose the root cause of some of the issues here. And it typically boils down to some kind of drug use, one way or another. And, you know, it is what it is. My only drug, caffeine and nicotine. I'm trying to kick the nicotine, I gotta say. So everybody say a prayer for me that I kick the nicotine soon, because I am so sick of the Juul already. I got patches, and the patches, I think I got too low of a dose because it's like, it doesn't help. So I think I am just going to buy the big box, you know, the whole entire process to step down, and I'm going to start doing that. So hopefully we will start doing that in the next few days. We shall see. We shall see. Yeah, that's what I said, Robin. Yeah, start calling the supervisors and superiors for those officers. Something can be done, and you don't have to accept their response to that. And it's sad. And you demand that they pull the videos. You demand that they pull the videos, even if nothing is on the videos. At least they looked at them, right? At least they looked at them, for the love of God. I mean, at least try to solve it, right? It was you know, it was somebody, like you said, your son's autistic. No, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Good morning, Stephanie. Good morning. Mike, no, it's just to clarify, some places require, if you're going to have a larger protest or larger assembly of people, that, you know, their internal, you know, policies, their bureaucrats want a permit. I don't do them. I don't do them. I don't do them because I want to make sure that the places I go understand it's my constitutional right to be there. And I will not subject myself to filling out a permit to be somewhere I'm lawfully allowed to be under the First Amendment of the Constitution. But I do respect law enforcement, so I will always coordinate and reach out to them. I have been very successful with that. It makes law enforcement respect me because I respect them. And again, just want to make sure that everybody is safe. So, okay, great. That's good news. So Aussie Cleo is alive. Thank you for sharing that information. It's definitely, we definitely appreciate that. Oh, absolutely, Olivia. Absolutely. Good morning, hon. Yeah, Gina, I think that's probably the best. Go to the sergeant, talk to them. You know, don't get frustrated either. I know sometimes it's easy to, you know, you don't get to hear what you want and you get frustrated. You don't have to be frustrated. Say what you mean what you say, but don't say it mean. And I'm sure you've always been so nice, and which is your grandson. Sorry about that. And you're a beautiful person, so I doubt that you would ever get snarky or anything. But just be persistent. Persistent always wins the day, and always remember the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Good morning, Rosewell. Yeah, Karen. So the queen has been vaccinated, but is in poor health. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. Yeah, it's sad, June. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes. You're a riot. You're a riot. It's too early for you to be this funny. Too early for you to be this funny. Okay, good. Walmart needs to check those cameras. And there's cameras everywhere. That's what I love about Walmart. Like if I've got to, go on a road trip or something, I park my car at a Walmart because they have some of the best surveillance cameras out there. And they have their whole entire parking lot fitted with surveillance cameras. It's nice. It's nice. And it's lit. It's very nice. It's, Walmart is utilized for more than just everything you need for your house and life, right? Sherry Ann, I'm getting this. It says, Andrew, may I ask a question about drugs? Because I'm trying to, it looks like, decide what to report about on someone. Absolutely. Yeah, you're more than welcome to ask a question. If you want to keep it confidential and private, you can send me an email. I got to tell you, as many of my passionate followers know, I don't get back to my emails that much because when I started it out, I was only getting like 50, every 2 days, and now it's like hundreds a day, and so things are getting lost in the email system. I appreciate, and it's all supportive emails. I love them. They're great, and I'm very blessed. Again, I think we have some of the best followers on the show because you guys are sweet. You really truly want answers, and you guys really appreciate the drama-free zone. At the beginning of this, when I first came out, I was kind of following the path of other creators with the drama, and I didn't really like it. I didn't think it was very focused. It was frustrating. And so, we've reeled that in over the last, I say, 2.5 months. It really did start reeling in, and we started being more focused on these cases and more focused on these victims. And we're very appreciative that people enjoy that. And I find that the coffee club was the one thing that people loved coming to and getting some information first thing in the morning. And it was a little less hectic. People weren't really up at 5 o'clock in the morning. We pushed that back because some people on the West Coast, love to be a part of this. But I have people from all over the world, from Africa, from Australia, the UK that watch here. So we're going to probably be doing maybe a 2-segment coffee club, one early in the morning and one late in the mid-morning, so that we kind of get everybody that would like to join the coffee club to join the coffee club. I'm an early riser typically here lately. I've been getting up a little later, but that's because I'm up later. I'm doing a lot of studying and research and stuff to prepare for the next day. And preparing videos. Like I've never really edited videos before. And, now I'm having to edit videos and get stuff out. So they're not, so they're pretty. People like pretty stuff. I like to see what I create. Right. So, again, we are going to, and we've already been going here. So in about another 5 or 10 minutes, for those that are just now joining, I wanted to, I had put together an informative video about some of the horrible things parents do to their children. And for those that have not seen it yet, I will be playing it in about another 4 or 5 minutes so that you can see it. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. If you love this channel, please do not keep me a secret to your family and friends. We are praying today for a speedy recovery for Queen Elizabeth, which has tested positive for COVID-19. We have received information that she has been vaccinated, but because she's in poor health, it is a grave concern about this illness. And I got to say, you know, there were a lot of people that were in pretty horrible health that had vaccinations that had very mild symptoms. So, you know, at this point, I think, you know, 2 years, we're going a very long time, 2 years into this illness. I mean, we've got therapeutics now, you know, whether it's hydrochloroquine, whether it's remdesivir. We also have the antibody treatment, the monoclonal antibodies. So, you know, there are things that they can treat her with that are really quick acting. The monoclonal antibody treatment, I heard, is amazing. Literally, they pump your body with all these antibodies, and within 24 hours, you're COVID free. So I'm pretty sure that they know about it. With her being the Queen of England, I'm sure she's getting the best, absolute best care that money can buy. So we will still keep her in our prayers. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, everybody has had enough in their life. And not only that, but there's so many drama channels, like literally so many. You can, Miss Robert. Good morning, sunshine. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, that's a good idea too, June. I mean, that's kind of you know, standard operating procedures. Start reaching out to these news organizations and bringing light to it. You know that, you know, law enforcement is not doing. I mean, if you send me the report and stuff like that, I'll do a little video here and start pumping it out to social media to get some attention to it. You know. But I would definitely try the route of just reaching out to the sergeant first. If you're not getting what you need done, then we here at the Bullhorn Betty channel are happy to help, you know, bring some awareness to your case and, you know, hopefully reach out to law enforcement and find out why they're not doing anything to assist properly. So just let us know how we can help. Let us know how we can help. She says, good morning. All right, guys. So we are at an hour and 10 minutes in the show. Again, I'm going to share this video. We've already shared it once, actually twice now. We're going to do it again for all the new people that are just now tuning in. I thought it was very important. You know, a lot of the stuff that we do here. Sorry about that. A lot of the stuff that we do here, you know, pertains to the missing and the dead around the country, you know, the people that lost their lives, the victims. And so with Serenity McKinney being found yesterday, we still have Summer missing and Harmony missing. I decided to do some due diligence on, you know, how often does this happen? What is it? And so I thought now would be a great time, again, to show it. I've told people at the beginning of this program that we will be showing this video. It's like a minute and a half. We will be showing it throughout the program so people can see it. You know, we have people that are in and out of this chat all day, or the whole entire time, you know, different people. So I want to make sure everybody gets an opportunity to see it. So we are going to be running it again. Thank you.
Tom, it's just a tough subject. A recent study by Brown University showed that nearly 450 children are killed each year by their parents.
My daughters were picked up on a Friday by their father to spend the weekend, and that night he pumped carbon monoxide into their bedroom and slit their throats.
Searches have begun for 2 children killed by their mother in Pickens County.
9-year-old Hayden King was laid to rest today. Hayden's 4-year-old sister Harper will have a celebration of life service tomorrow morning.
Here's a story that's breaking at 6 o'clock. It's all centered around the 3 people you see on your screen. The key pieces in a Middletown murder case.
On the left is James Hutchinson. Police say the 6-year-old was killed allegedly by his own mother.
East Los Angeles mother was charged today with killing her 3 young children. The youngest was less than 2 months old.
At 6 with breaking news.
Good evening to you, friends. Greg Merriweather along with Elizabeth Val. Our top story today, that precious little 2-year-old right now. 2 people are facing charges accused of murdering little Nevaeh Allen. Investigators found the 2-year-old dead in Mississippi after several days of searching.
One of those blamed in her death, the girl's mother, Lanaya Cardwell.
Again, honoring Serenity McKinney today, as we found out. Don't mind, I am brewing some more coffee. My Keurig sounds rough. So, at any rate, I know, and you know what's so sad is because we did the whole thing, you know, on Susan Smith, right? And my mom was out there with me for the whole, you know, she's the one that chauffeured me around all over Union County to get the, you know, the footage. And there's just something about when she went to that grave, the grave site, and saw the boys' graves that just kind of, you know, I don't want to say enraged her. I mean, she's not a raging type of person, but it got to her. It really, really got to her. And she's just, she was, you know, in shock. And she's kind of been in shock because she, you know, as a mother, doesn't understand. Like she puts herself above her children, right? And some of these women put these men above their kids. Or, you know, in like Serenity, you can't tell me that her mom didn't deal with a lot of stuff because of a man. If there was a man in my mom's life that was abusing her children, she would have left. You know, she would have walked out the door. There was a lot of abuse in my home. Very limited of that abuse was directed toward us kids, if that tells you anything. There was a lot of violence in my home. A lot of violence in my home. So, you know, it's just it's a difference. Some of this violence is directed to the children, and some of it isn't. And in my case, you know, there was some directed at me, but it's some of the stuff that I saw in the home that as a young child should have never witnessed. So let's see here what we got going on. So heartbreaking. Yeah, they're in God's hands now. Exactly, June. Exactly. Well, you know, it's possible. It's possible. Yeah, he was he got sick and well pretty quickly, but who knows? Who knows? Yeah, exactly. Right. There's a underbelly of evil in this world. And you know what's so sad is there is a people that think that they are martyrs or are good people because they want to side with they're innocent until proven guilty. I'm so sick of hearing that. I'm so sick of hearing that. These parents wouldn't be in jail if they're innocent until proven guilty. They have to go. That's in the court of law. The police still think you're guilty, i.e., you got handcuffs on you and you're put in jail. And then the prosecution goes to court and proves their case beyond a reasonable doubt. But the presumption of innocence is always there in the court of law, not by the police, and not by public opinion. I'm not a court of law. I'm not a juror. I'm part of public opinion. Anyways, let's keep going. I'm sure they're going to make a video about it. So if someone is harmed or killed, your child, they would rather run into the police than see the parents coming. Yeah. I think many people are like that. Like, you know, even like family, you know, like my sisters, like, you know, I mean, when growing up, my sister and I, my older sister, sorry guys, I got sleep in my eye for some reason, but my older sister, and I we had a lot of fights. Like that's what, no, this side, that's what this is all. She kicked me in my freaking cheekbone. I think she broke my cheekbone and it was never properly. But anyways, I got like one of my cheeks stick out further than the other. And then my sister kicked me in my cheek when we were younger. We had a big blowout fight in the kitchen. And I can't even remember what it was. I just remember, you know, it was got hair going everywhere. Sister fights. And you know, but it's like you can have that argument or that disagreement with your family, but God, I mean, think about if somebody else laid a hand on my sister. Holy crap! It's like anybody else. You know, yeah, even with the B word, you know, I'll call my sister a B, but you better not, right? So it's yeah, it's just crazy. You know, we love our family. We do a lot for our family, and you know, I pity the fool. Pity the fool. So yeah, I agree, Robin. It used to be a rarity, and now it's not. It's becoming more and more common. In both scenarios where children are killing their parents and parents are killing their children. For those that are just tuning in, I just wanted to go over some statistical information for you. Do I have it up? I think I do. Do I still have it up? I do. I do still have it up. So I'm just going to read it again. Sorry for those that are tuning in or that have been here for a little while. I hate, you know, repeating some things. This is, you know, I typically never repeat the same things over and over again, but this segment and the information I feel is so widely important. And the information is so great that people need to have it. I don't think a lot of people realize to the gravity of what's going on in this country is. And so we're going over what filicide is for those folks. Filicide. So filicide is the deliberate act of a parent murdering their child. And you would think it would be infanticide, but actually infanticide is associated with animals, zoology, believe it or not, zoology. So it's not infanticide, it's filicide for the human being. So filicide is the act of, you know, murdering, killing your own child or causing the death, right? And there's some alarming statistics out on Wikipedia. So if for those that are curious where I'm getting this information, it's on the Wikipedia. You can look up the definition filicide and, you know, read the information for yourself to see that, you know, it is truly accurate what I'm saying to you. So in 1999, the U.S. Department of Justice actually studied this filicide and concluded that mothers were responsible for the higher share of children killed during infancy between 1976. So the period of their study was from 1976 to 1997. Many of you guys know that means that was over 20 years ago. So we don't really have any updated information in the last 20 years. And I can tell you that the study probably needs to be redone if it hasn't been done yet. You know, they probably need to redo that study because there's a lot more in our population now than there was before. And there's a lot more exposure to this kind of stuff. So I'm wondering, is it more common now than it was 20 years ago? You know, this is one of those things that I definitely recommend and hope that they are studying these statistics. But Wikipedia is pretty much up on their information and they haven't even updated their stuff in the last 20 years for this particular topic. So I'm curious as to what's going on. I did leave you a message under one of your videos asking if you could repeat the strange things that happened to some witnesses in the Petito case, which you once mentioned on a live. Oh boy, I can't even remember that case. Golly. Hold on, I'll get right back to you, veteran on YouTube. Give me just a second. Any parent who has a child under the age of 5 and cannot take care of it in the U.S. can drop that child off at any fire station, hospital, or Department of Children and Family Services, no questions asked. Thank you. Thank you, ZZ. ZZT. Thank you. Thank you for that information. For those, get that information out. So, strange things that happened to some of the witnesses on the Petito case. Witnesses. There weren't a lot of witnesses on the Petito case. I mean, outside of like Rustic Row, we spoke to the ice cream shop owner in Rustic Row. We spoke to Cassie Laundry. The strange things that happened to the witnesses. The only witnesses that we talked to the person that called in the Mustang being left at the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park. We discussed, we spoke to the lawn maintenance crew that mowed around that. I went to Dick's Sporting Goods to see if there was anything purchased by Brian Laundrie or his parents. I went to the dollar store, everything in that little plaza. I went to the AT&T store, but strange thing that happened to some of the witnesses. There were very limited witnesses because they were always by themselves. So I'm thinking you might have that confused with another case for some reason. I'm trying to rack my brain unless something I'm just forgetting. That was so many cases ago and so many months ago. But we went out on that particular case. We searched. We did more searching for Brian Laundrie, more protesting in front of the Laundrie home, and more searches out in the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park for Brian Laundrie. What was scary, I can tell you what's very scary in Brian Laundrie's case, is that law enforcement didn't let us know that he was armed. And as many of you know, I'm a concealed weapons permit carry holder. And had I known that I was looking for a murder suspect that was also armed and dangerous, I would have been packing heat, right? And I wasn't afforded that opportunity because law enforcement didn't want to let that cat out of the bag. And they actually put my life in jeopardy because we were out there looking for them. They knew we were out there looking for them. Every single day we were out in the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park looking for Brian Laundrie. We came within 1,000 feet of his body and did not realize it. Olivia actually came within 500 feet of his body and did not realize it. And so we were definitely shocked, when they did find his remains. And we did hear immediately that there was a gun next to him. We knew he had committed suicide. A lot of people have some questions. One is that it went through the left side of the brain and over to the right side. I don't know the reason for that, but we don't know what other stuff is left out there. Some people can use both hands. It might just be as simple as that's what he wanted. The dental records, are a little concerning. I'd like a little more than just dental records personally. I do believe it's Brian Laundrie because I understand what it takes to have dental records and match a body to dental records. And it's not just a few teeth scattered around, a skull. It's having the teeth intact in the jawbone and having a large portion of the top and bottom jaw in order to make that determination. So for me, my bite is unique to me. I've got 2 crowns in my mouth. So for them to identify me through and several fillings, primarily in my molars. So for them to identify me by dental records would be very, very simple for them to do without the need of DNA because of the uniqueness of my teeth. So just letting you know that dental records are a viable option in identifying somebody's body. Now, I'm just not sure what the strange things that happened to the witnesses are. I'm just not thinking, maybe something's just not clicking this morning. I may go to sleep tonight and say, oh, I know what she's talking about now. So if that's the case, I will definitely correct that tomorrow, or actually I won't be live tomorrow. For all those folks that are on here, I will not be live Monday or Tuesday. And the next time I will be live is on Wednesday. Wednesday, I will be live on Wednesday. Yeah. 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 I agree. Great comments this morning. Great comments, guys. Great comments. Yes. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe that's what it was. It was the Moab witnesses. There's a lot of strange things there was a lot of strange things in that case. Many don't know that when we went to Wyoming and Utah, we were covering both the final steps of Gabby Petito and investigating the new case that we had picked up at that time, which was Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner. A lot of stuff going on there. We had Jason Jensen, maybe tomorrow, just to give us a break from all these children that are just, heart-wrenching cases. Maybe we'll go and bring a spotlight and re-review the, video. Maybe I'll download that live with Jason Jensen and, Sean Paul Schulte. I might reach out to them and just see if there's anything new on the case. I'd like to, touch base. We still haven't stepped away from that case. It's starting to warm up a little bit, and we may be going back to Utah soon, just to get an update, just to find out some more information, to see what's going on. We had already done our fact-finding mission. There's a lot more that we could have done there. We did find out a lot of information. That was the very first case after Gabby Petito. And we really went out there and interviewed a mess of people. I want to say we had, in our short time there, interviewed over 50 people about this case. We went there with 4 or 5 people on our murder board. We walked away with like 30 or 35 persons of interest. It was insane for having such a small community. Their community out there is like 5,200 people. Like 5,200 people. How can so much stuff go on in a community that only has 5,200 residents? It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So, again, and that reminds me, I got to get back. My friend from Utah, her sister has cancer, or maybe it's a friend. I can't remember. I got to go back. And they're selling these unique art pieces to raise money to help her fight cancer. And I've got to get them up on here. I might create a post on my community tab for those that like the artwork, that want to purchase the artwork. It is going for a great cause. But I've got to get that stuff up there. I told her I would talk to the team. I forgot to talk to the team. It's been forever. She's been a gal that's been keeping in communication with me literally for months. Right. And just want to make sure that I'm always out here to help people, and I need to get something out. So I might put that on a community tab. And then by Wednesday, we will discuss the Moab case and discuss how you can help a young lady that is been diagnosed with cancer. So we'll go that route. Okay, there it is. Again, guys, there's the Bullhorn Betty, shop. This is the best-selling item right now on there. You can get a lot of stuff. Like it has, if you're cold, we have a lot of gear on there. We even have stuff for cell phones. If you want a Bullhorn Betty cover for your cell phone, if you want the coffee club mug, please go get yourself a coffee club mug. This is by far the top seller on the shop. And the shirts. The shirts are selling like hotcakes too. So the Bullhorn Betty shirts, you can get them in white or black. The one thing I don't like is I even though I'm wearing a circle neck, a crew neck, I guess is what it's called. I like a V. I like V necks, and I can't find that shop does not have V neck. But many of you know, about a month or two ago, I purchased bullhornbetty.com. And I was going to build a merch site on bullhornbetty.com, and I have not done that yet. That will be coming. I've got a lot of work that, I've been kind of sidetracked with some other issues and stuff, but I do have a checklist of things that I do want to roll out. Remember, guys, I know it's hard to believe, but we've only been here for about 3 months. We've only been here for about 3 months on YouTube. And look at all the work we've been able to accomplish. Look at all the stuff we've been able to talk about and things like that. So, this stuff, we've got a 2-year plan for this channel. And, that 2-year plan will turn into a 5-year plan and so forth and so on. We are not going anywhere. We're only going to continue to grow. We're only going to continue to be bigger and better and do great things for this country and for these cases. So, there's just a lot of things that are kind of taking a back seat to these cases right now. And the website is one of them. I'm looking to collaborate with other true crime communities in a very unique way, but I'm not quite sure how to approach it yet. So the only way I can think to do it is to prepare it and send it out to the world, and then create some interest on it for other collaborators to want to enjoy and work on the collaboration with me. So there's a lot of stuff still in the pipeline, still, I'm still brainstorming, still figuring out how to execute those strategies, but they are going to be coming out. I think it's going to provide a better experience for the viewers at large, and I hope it does. So we are still working here. We are still brainstorming. We're still figuring out a lot of stuff on how to move forward with these cases. And, it's sad. I don't like covering children cases. I really don't, because it's hard. I mean, these cases that we cover are already emotional enough. I mean, we are human beings here. This stuff is hard on us emotionally and mentally, but we do it because we feel that it's helpful. And, there's a lot of people that support us that feel that the work that we do is helpful. So, we are 100%, viewer sponsored, and you guys have been doing a great job at making sure all of our needs have been met. So I just want to thank each and every one of you for that. So thank you so much. Without you, this channel would not be possible. So we do appreciate you. Amen. Amen. All right. Good morning, Bernice. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. A lot of stuff going on there. Breaks down the filicide by decades. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Said there were some odd things that didn't add up about the eyewitness in the Petito case. Well, if you can go back there, maybe, there may be some things that I'm probably just not thinking about the witness. That's it. I bet you as soon as you say I bet you it's going to click just like that. I'm just not thinking. I mean, I'm awake and I've got coffee in me, veteran on YouTube, but it's just not clicking this morning. I don't know why. But as soon as you let me know, I mean, I could probably recall it like that. It's just not clicking this morning. So. Yeah, show some love, baby. Show some love. If you love this channel, like, share, and subscribe to it. I do appreciate all the people that come here. And if you're not getting, for those people that are going, that watch this later in the day, if you're not getting the notification for the live, there's a couple things that you can do. You can go to the page and click the bell. The bell it says subscribe, join, and then you have the bell. You can turn that on to none and then turn that back to all. If that doesn't help you get notifications of this live in the morning, you can unsubscribe and resubscribe. If you are a Wrenched member or you are in the join, you pay the monthly membership, unsubscribing and resubscribing will not change that at all. So just to make sure that you are all there and understand. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We love you too. We love you too. You guys are great, great people. Great people. So at any rate, we're getting to the top of the 2 hours, well, kind of the mid of the 2 hours. I've got a lot of stuff going on for me today, as many of you guys know, and trying to get packed up and get out of here. So at any rate, we're going to play the video one last time as we go out. Guys, again, Serenity McKinney's friends and family are waking up to a cold, dark, sad reality this morning as they found the remains of the little girl. And obviously she's been recovered and she's not coming home. Her mother and her mother's boyfriend, Dakota Hill, are responsible for her death and will be or have been charged and will be facing justice soon. Out of the 3 that we're covering, 1 has been recovered, 2 still remain missing. Harmony Montgomery and Summer Wells, I have no doubt in my mind that the same type of ending will be a result for those 2 as well. The commonality that both of those cases have with Serenity is the violence in the home and the drug and alcohol dependency of the parents. So, without further ado, sad day.
Tom, it's just a tough subject. A recent study by Brown University showed that nearly 450 children are killed each year by their parents.
My daughters were picked up on a Friday by their father to spend the weekend, and that night he pumped carbon monoxide into their bedroom and slit their throats.
Justice have begun for 2 children killed by their mother in Pickens County.
9-year-old Hayden King was laid to rest today. Hayden's 4-year-old sister Harper will have a celebration of life service tomorrow morning.
Here's a story that's breaking at 6 o'clock. It's all centered around the 3 people you see on your screen. The key pieces in a Middletown murder case.
On the left is James Hutchinson. Police say the 6-year-old was killed allegedly by his own mother.
East Los Angeles mother was charged today with killing her 3 young children. The youngest was less than 2 months old.
At 6 with breaking news.
Good evening to you, friends. Greg Merriweather along with Elizabeth Val. Our top story today, that precious little 2-year-old right now. 2 people are facing charges accused of murdering little Nevaeh Allen. Investigators found the 2-year-old dead in Mississippi after several days of searching.
One of those blamed in her death, the girl's mother, Lanaya Cardwell.
All right, folks. Well, again, you know, we kind of had a funny feeling of what happened to all 3 of the girls. One of those babies have been recovered and can now finally be laid to rest properly. That's the silver lining in the story of Serenity McKinney. Her parents, mother, and boyfriend, Dakota Hill, will be facing justice. You know, I hear that they're in Kansas. They're going to be extradited back to Kentucky. Kentucky is a death penalty state. So with all that, without further ado, guys, you guys go make it a great day. I love each and every one of you. You guys are beautiful people. God bless you. If you have not had an opportunity, call the people that you love. Let them know you're thinking of them. And if you have an opportunity, give your family members a hug and hold them a little tighter today. Things in your life could be so much worse. You are very blessed to wake up on this side of the dirt. Not too many people are that fortunate. So I love each and every one of you. God bless. Have a great Sunday, folks. Have a great Sunday.